had a pretty good complex of showers and thunderstorms come in early this morning, brought a little more rain than I expected to make it here, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but we had so much fun doing it, we might actually get to do it again tonight. The good news is, not really looking at much severe weather. The bad news is, though, doesn't look like prospects are great for my amount of sleep tonight after being up a lot last night. So, and there we go. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe a nap today will be necessary. Not much happening across our area. This is all ground clutter and stuff that's out there. To the southeast, though, out towards Palestine, Grapeland, you can see the remnants of some of that activity moving off to the east. We had some rain in Navarro County this morning, particularly in the southern part of the county. Wasn't much, but it was just enough to wet the roads and wet the grass just ever so slightly. And really, Navarro County didn't get much last night, so if anything, this morning was your share. You look at temperatures today, and we're right around where we should be, 83, 84 degrees. Mid-80s is normal for this time of year. Mid-60s tonight, so we're pretty mild in the overnight hours, and as I've said many times, enjoy this. It won't be long before we can't even get below 70s in the overnight hours. Here's the rainfall that's the last 24 hours, and you see that we had all of this activity move to the east, and it was a pretty nice soaker for parts of our area, especially from Cleburne on west over to Bosque County here, but as it moved in, it really fell apart quickly. Half an inch in Cleburne, possibly 3/4 of an inch in parts of Johnson County, just about 1/4 of an inch there in Hillsborough. That's really on the high end there. Really nothing for Waxahachie, nothing for Corsicana, but as I mentioned, off to the southeast, there was a little bit of rain this morning, and pretty decent little rain in one or two spots, but again, you kind of had to be in the right spot to get it there. Here's what's going on. So we have this upper level low right here in the Golden State area, right there in Oregon, and we have this southwest flow. We've been talking about this southwest flow all season, right? We've been talking about how it brings these disturbances in, and one thing to watch is you see this split in the atmosphere. Of course, that causes lift and storms. That's going to be going on in Utah today. It looks like there's going to be pretty widespread showers and thunderstorms there. This is kind of their severe weather season too, so could be some rough weather out there. But what's happening is this southwest flow is bringing these disturbances in, and I remember back several years ago, I was in Florida, and we were in Destin, nice day at the beach, right? And you had your sea breeze thunderstorms in the afternoon, but I remember watching morning after morning, checking the weather back home, and seeing just line after line after line of storms come in. It's kind of a similar setup. We had this complex, this disturbance come in last night. We're going to have another one come in tonight, overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning. Looks to be pretty much the same setup. What was interesting about last night's is that it was moving southeast, but then it took an easterly turn. So we expected it to really stay mostly west of us, but it kind of just started moving due east directly into our area. It didn't last long, very dry air that it encountered, but it did at least raise our prospects a little bit for rain. So we'll see another one of these get picked up and develop in New Mexico, and it'll blow up over the panhandle of Texas and move in later tonight. And again, it should weaken pretty dramatically before it gets here. So 8 p.m. tonight, here's that line from Big Spring up towards the west side of Lubbock there. And 11 o'clock, it should look pretty impressive off to our west. This thing is going to get pretty nasty out there, but the good news is, as it gets closer to our area around 2 a.m., it will probably weaken quite a bit. The couple of things to look for: we could still see plenty of rain. You see that it's kind of expanding here. We should see a pretty decent amount of rain out of this, so if flooding is a problem, you might want to keep an eye on that. But the other thing too is that these thunderstorms, if we've seen this season already, and it's pretty common in the summer, when you have these storms that get squashed by that stable air, it is possible to see gusty winds come out of that. We had an outflow boundary last night that is part of the reason we saw some of those heavier rains in Johnson County. That outflow boundary created some new development out of some unstable air that was right here along the 35 corridor. But as it moves east, it again ran into stable air, stable dry air, and just didn't stand a chance. And as we look at 5 a.m. tomorrow, that's pretty much what we're going to see. Could see more convection down to the south, but for our area, it should fall apart fairly quickly. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this. There is a severe weather risk, especially to our west. Slight risk out here from really the Lubbock area down to Abilene and San Angelo there, over to Hamilton here. And then once it moves east, it'll start to weaken quite a bit. Don't count out the possibility of a few rumbles of thunder overnight. We'll have that radar stream going so you can at least take a look and see where things are as you're waking up, but not looking at much of a severe weather risk. Now, this could adjust over the past few hours. We've seen that short range model get a little bit more aggressive with the activity as it's come in. So this could be edged eastward, but I don't expect this to really change much. I don't expect it to change really for our area at all. They could push the marginal over a little bit, but again, not much of a chance tonight of severe weather for our area. So today we're getting into the the low to mid 80s. Get into tomorrow morning. Again, 40% chance early tomorrow morning. We're talking probably before sunrise. If we have any rain at all when the sun does come up, it'll probably be in possibly Ellis, probably Navarro County. Again, moving east and dying out, really not much to talk about. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the rest of the week here, I have it dry, low to mid 80s. There's a chance that we could see more of those disturbances moving in, but for right now, it looks like those will stay to our west. But again, pay attention to this forecast for the rest of the week. It could change. We're in the mid 60s overnight pretty consistently, and then we get to Sunday and Memorial Day here. Sunday looks like one of our warmer days in the mid 80s. Monday, Memorial Day, could be warm with highs in the mid to upper 80s, but we do have a chance of rain coming in, so that could change that a little bit. Again, we're still 6-7 days out from Memorial Day, so that forecast could easily and probably will change, so stay tuned for that. I'll be keeping an eye on that for you. I know there's a lot of outdoor plans that day. Just keep in mind, today it's nice. Another chance of rain overnight tomorrow night, early tomorrow morning. Shouldn't mess with tomorrow too much though. 81, and then we're looking forward to possibly a little bit of a cold front on Saturday. Sunday and Monday were warm, but the next chance of rain does look to come in on Memorial Day. Stay tuned for more updates on the storms tonight, as well as that holiday weekend forecast.